If you're still reeling from the jaw-dropping finale of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, you're definitely not alone. That ending? Pure chaos in the best way possible. Now, ever since the credits rolled on that cliffhanger of a season closer, fans have been anxiously waiting for any news about what's coming next. And with Discovery preparing to wrap its final season, it's clear Strange New Worlds is now the crown jewel of the Star Trek universe on Paramount Plus. So let's dive into everything we currently know about Season 3 and what might lie ahead for Captain Pike and his crew. That wild Season 2 ending. Come on, let's talk about it. Yeah! So, before we get into what's coming, it's worth revisiting where we left off. Season 2, which aired back in 2023, ended on an absolutely intense note with the episode entitled Hegemony. In true Trek fashion, things went from bad to worse in record time. Captain Pike, played by the ever-commanding Anson Mount, made the risky call to ignore Starfleet orders in a desperate attempt to rescue Captain Batel, Melanie Scrofano, and the people of Parnassus Beta, of course. Unfortunately, that noble mission didn't quite go as planned. By the end of the episode, several key crew members, Lan, Dr. Mbenga, Ortegas, and Sam Kirk, were taken captive by the terrifying Gorn, those reptilian nightmares that have been given a serious upgrade in this series. And just when we thought it couldn't get more grim, we find out that Captain Batel has become a host for the Gorn's parasitic eggs. Yeah, it was a lot, and no wonder fans are practically climbing the walls waiting for Season 3. Wow. Now, with Discovery stepping aside, the baton has officially been passed to Strange New Worlds. It's not just another Trek series anymore, it's the Trek series. That means more pressure, more expectations, and a lot more eyes watching. But if past seasons are anything to go by, Pike's crew is more than up for the challenge. Strange New Worlds has already earned a reputation for blending nostalgic storytelling with modern flair, and it's now stepping into a leadership role within the franchise. That means the show is likely to shape the future direction of the Star Trek universe, both on screen and in spirit. A teaser trailer bursting with surprises. While there's still no official release date, Paramount Plus has at least given us something to chew on, a teaser trailer. And let me tell you, it's got fans buzzing for all the right, well, and weird reasons. One thing is immediately clear. The show is fully embracing its genre-hopping tendencies, from hard-hitting sci-fi to noir mystery and even whimsical comedy. The trailer promises a season that refuses to be boxed in. This isn't just a space adventure, it's a wild ride through storytelling styles, and somehow, well, it works. That's part of what makes Strange New Worlds such a standout in the current TV landscape, which is a great thing in my opinion. But the real head-scratcher? It is the holodeck. Yes, you heard that right. There's a holodeck in the trailer, despite the fact that, canonically, the tech doesn't appear until the next generation, which takes place, well, decades later. Naturally, this has sparked some lively debate among fans. I mean, are the writers bending continuity rules for a cool plot? Or do they have a clever trick up their sleeves to explain it away? Well, whatever the case, we're curious and maybe, well, just a little bit nervous. Vulcans, laughter, and Comic-Con chaos. If you were lucky enough to catch Strange New Worlds at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, then you've already had a sneak peek at some Season 3 madness. The 5-minute clip shown at the panel was nothing short of hilarious, offering a totally different tone from the intense season finale. In this sneak peek, several members of the Enterprise crew, including Pike, Uhura, Chapel and Lan, are transformed into Vulcans. Yep, full-on Vulcan logic and no emotion, to the absolute dismay of Spock. The clip was from an episode directed by Jordan Canning, the same mind behind the delightful Vulcan-themed episode Charades from Season 2. If that one was any indication, well, this upcoming entry promises even more laughs and a refreshing change of pace from the darker arcs. This kind of tonal variety is exactly what keeps Strange New Worlds feeling fresh. It's not afraid to be serious, silly, or sentimental, sometimes all in the same episode. That playful spirit is part of the reason fans keep coming back. So, when is Season 3 getting released? So when exactly is season 3 dropping? According to the latest updates, the third season is scheduled to hit Paramount Plus sometime in 2025. There's no locked-in date just yet, but post-production is already well underway, especially with the show's extensive visual effects, right? So, given the cliffhanger from season 2 and the promise of high-concept episodes, it makes sense that the team is taking their time to get everything just right. If we had to guess, a release of the first half of 2025 isn't out of the question, but don't be surprised if it drops a bit later in the year. Meanwhile, there's even more good news for fans. Strange New Worlds has officially been renewed for Season 4. That's a huge vote of confidence from Paramount Plus, and it guarantees that the adventures of the Enterprise are far from over. Production on the fourth season is slated to begin in Toronto in spring 2025, with a likely premiere window sometime in 2026. That's a fitting year too. It just happens to mark Star Trek's 60th anniversary, and you can bet there will be all kinds of nods, homages, and maybe even legacy cameos sprinkled throughout. So who's back for Season 3 then? Well, speaking of what's next, let's talk about who's coming back for more action in Season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. If you've been biting your nails, wondering whether your favourite character made it out alive and will return, breathe easy. Most of the beloved crew is confirmed to be back on deck, and it's shaping up to be quite the reunion actually. Captain Christopher Pike, once again played by the commanding Anson Mount, is returning to lead the charge. Alongside him, Rebecca Romaine returns as the ever-reliable Una Chin Riley, his trusted number one. And while the fates of crew members like Lieutenant Erica Ortegas, Dr. Mbenga, Lan Noonien Singh and Lieutenant Sam Kirk were left hanging after the Gorn attack in the Season 2 finale, behind-the-scenes clips and production notes confirm they're back for another round. So yes, we get ready for more wisecracks from Ortegas and stoic wisdom from Mbenga. As for new additions, things are getting interesting. Martin Quinn's Lieutenant Montgomery Scott, yes, that Scotty, is now officially part of the crew. Introduced in Season 2, he's here to stay and slowly bringing the show closer to the era of the original series. There are still about 6 years left in universe before Captain Kirk takes over the Enterprise, but we're already starting to see the future take shape. And that's not all. Cillian O'Sullivan is joining the cast as Dr. Roger Corby, Nurse Chapel's fiancé, a character many longtime fans will recognise. His arrival is set to shake up dynamics on board, especially with the romantic tension already bubbling between Chapel and Spock. Add to that the comedic talents of Patton Oswalt and Rhys Darby in guest roles, one seemingly as a Vulcan, and Season 3 is bound to keep the tone lively, unpredictable and entertaining. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, let's take a look at the plot details. When it comes to the storylines themselves, Season 3 isn't just picking up the pieces from the Season 2 cliffhanger, it's sprinting into uncharted territory. With several members of the crew still held by the Gorn and Captain Batel infected with alien eggs, the stakes couldn't be higher. This rescue mission is going to be intense, no doubt. But you know what? It's only the beginning. A major narrative shake-up involves Nurse Chapel and her fiancé, Dr. Corby. Their reunion is sure to put a strain on her growing connection with Spock. Watching Spock navigate these emotions, something he's always tried to suppress, will likely be one of the season's most heartfelt and complicated arcs. Meanwhile, Dr. Mbenga is set for deeper exploration as the emotional scars from the Klingon War begin to catch up with him. His storyline promises to add layers to his already mysterious past, giving us a more human view of a man who's always carried himself with quiet strength. And then there's, James T. Kirk. Paul Wesley's portrayal of the iconic character, just continues to evolve. And we now know he's stepping into fatherhood. With a promotion aboard the USS Farragut and a baby on the way, Kirk's path to captaincy is getting more personal and more compelling. His development feels like a slow burn towards the legendary leader fans know and love. So what can we expect from Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3? Well, based on everything we've seen and heard, it's going to be a blend of the familiar and the unexpected. Cliffhangers will be resolved, new mysteries will arise, and Spike's crew will continue to explore strange, new, and often absurd frontiers. Whether it's a serious mission gone wrong, a full-blown comedy of errors, or a deep dive into classic Trek lore, this show knows how to keep things exciting. And with a new season on the horizon and another already greenlit, it's safe to say that Strange New Worlds isn't just living up to its name, it's redefining what Star Trek can be. So hang in there. The next adventure is coming and it's going to be worth the wait.